All right. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. Hope everybody's doing well. My name is Algo, and thanks for joining me on another morning watch list building session. Give me 1 second. I got to get one other thing set up, and then we're going to be good to go. All right. So I need to get over here and into here. I'm doing a little dual stream lately. Into good morning. Good morning. I need to fix this. Take off. All right. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. And then I want to, if I do this, that takes care of that. All right, audio check. If you are able to hear me, please let me know. If you're in the Discord group, please use the chat in large caps to do requests, as I've got voice muted, so I can't hear you. So if you've got anything, just tag me in the large caps chat. All right. So, morning, Johnny. Good morning, good morning, good morning. All right. So, just a couple other things I've got to get set real quick, and then we will get started. I just need to be able to see what's going on with the chat. Okay, cool. You can hear me? Awesome. Sweet, sweet, sweet. All right. Well, welcome. It is Friday, October 8th, 2021, and it is a Lotto Friday. So, what that means is that we're going to look for stocks and options that are going to move today, right? I'm not trying to pull anything for next week. Just basically try to find some outperforming options and stocks for this week. All right, hold on 1 second. I need to double check something here. Okay, maybe that works. All right. So I am Algo. I am a smart money, dark pool, and block trade algorithm analyst. That means that I stare at the algo all day, watching tape, watching flow, so I can find stocks and options that are going to make a greater than expected move. I use some very specific tools to help me out with this, and mainly it is the one that has the best, the best one for following the flow index is FlowTrade. I don't know why I had such a hard time getting that out. What you see in front of you is the FlowTrade algorithm interface. It tracks large institutional transactions. It is it's called the flow index. It is a predictive, not a lagging indicator, which means that it tracks what's happening before the market reacts. For example, if you see FUTU over here in my upper left-hand corner, the white bars are price action, the purple pinkish is the regular algorithm. See how that algorithm has diverged bullishly from price action. What that means is that we have a greater than expected chance of that divergence playing out where price action rises to meet the algorithm. So yeah, I'll be using this chart. If you see me drawing red lines on it, that means that there are regular block trades at that level. If you see me drawing blue lines, those are dark pool block trades at that level. And if I drop a white line, it's a Friday party time. Let's go, Laz. Where you at, boy? Oh, he's not even here. All right, so I might have to pass a joke on to someone else. So no, what that means is that there's a dark pool and a regular block trade that printed so close to each other that I can't draw two separate lines out. So I'll draw a white line on there. Those are major areas of support and resistance and major areas of major inflection points. Okay, so with that being said, I typically like to look at some news first, and then we'll jump into some futures and figure out what we're going to play for the day. So start getting your requests ready. I will get them done. So I'm going to shut down a little early today. I've got some previous stream commitments that I want to take care of. So I got to get set up for those. Okay. So I always start at the bottom and going up. So Sirius downgraded from neutral to overweight with a price target of $7, down from $8 at JP Morgan. Oracle, right? Italy and Novell basically have signed a collaborative agreement to offer multi-cloud services for enterprises in the public sector organizations in Italy. Oracle should be bullish off of that news. VMware authorized a new stock buyback program for up to $2 billion. That's bullish. And I'm just going through ones that I have an interest in. I'm not really going to get into all this healthcare stuff. However, VXRT, I think VXRT, I believe, is got some news out about. I think they have a pill to counteract minor COVID symptoms. So we're going to check out that one, VXRT. QDEL, however, does provide guidance for Q3, which is bullish. Anytime a company comes out and provides guidance, I believe that that's an opportunity to look a little bit closer at that company. Isoplexis, 333 million share IPO at 15. And then Pyaxis Oncology, 5 million share IPO priced at 16. Never heard of either one of those, so I've got no interest in them. All right, financials. Fenzit Investment Group. Yeah, I don't even know why they bother with some of this stuff. So Fenzit Investment from an AM definitive agreement to acquire life and non-life insurance companies that house both personal accident, supplemental health, and life insurance businesses of Cigna. So, whoa, what happened? Oh shit, non-farm came out. So the ES is violently reacting to the non-farm data. Where can I see that data at? Where can I find the data for non-farm payroll? Maybe over here? Maybe over here? Maybe over here. There we go. Oh, all right. So non-farm payrolls down 300% or 300. So they can't. They forecast 500. Previous was 235. Ooh, that's bearish AF. So volatility will be present today. Non-farm payroll numbers came in at negative 306. Okay. What else do we have today? Manufacturing. All right. Well, there it is. Let's get back to the news, because we will see those in a few minutes. All right. Energy. Dow Transports finished today down 0.25%, just above the 14.5 level, slipping below its 50-day, right? So Dow Transports. So transports are down below the 50-day. That's bearish. Union Pacific upgraded to overweight from neutral with a price target of 247, up from 234. Sundial growers, for all you I've got a joke here. For all of those, I don't know, for all of you people that follow the weed sector, announced it will acquire liquor and pot retailer Alcana in an all-stock deal with a total consideration of about Canadian 346 million. So the market is still reacting to non-farm payroll numbers, so we've got to keep an eye out for slippage. Lucid, Fubu, Tesla. Yes. Lucid's my favorite stock lately. It's not doing its job, though. Tesla. Old Elon came out and confirmed that the car maker is moving to from Fremont to Austin, Texas, where the company's been constructing a new factory for a little over a year. And Elon also said that the global shortage of chips is the only thing standing in the way of the company maintaining sales growth in excess of 50%. I swear, I just saw somebody coming out and recently saying that even though there's a chip shortage, Tesla is still able to produce massive numbers, and G shouldn't be complaining about its drop. Shoo, market does not like those non-farm numbers. 13-point drop in less than 5 minutes. It's gonna be a volatile day today. Keep an eye out. Home Depot and Lowe's both downgraded to hold from buy at Loop Capital. Never even heard of Loop Capital. Oh, check this out. So I was traveling earlier this week, and there's an airport in Provo, Utah. And I'm just hanging out because my flight had been delayed, and I'm pissed off. And I'm like, damn it, And I look over at this building, and there is a sign on the outside of the building. The name of the company was called Wags Capital. I swear to God, Wags Capital. For any of you that have never seen Billions, Wags is kind of like the get it done guy, right? It was just interesting. I was like, that's pretty dang awesome. So pretty cool. Right there by a private airport. I wonder if they got some real stuff going on. Okay. All right. So this was the macro news prior to non-farm, private manufacturing and unemployment rate coming out. Right. We saw what those were. It was ugly. So the NYMEX was up 0.58. Brent was up 0.65. Gold was up 0.90. The Euro USD up. Japan up. 10-year net up. So if these are up, that typically means the market's going to do the opposite. Oh, crap. Forgot to tell you about the world news. The U.S. Senate approved legislation to temporarily raise the federal government's astronomically phenomenal, like massive debt limit to avoid the risk of historical default this month, but it put off until early December decision on longer lasting remedy. Basically, they said, I don't have any money. I don't want to deal with it. Let's move on. Okay. All right. So we know that those are out. The S&P, the Dow, the NASDAQ, and the Russell were all up yesterday. Cool. All right. Just so we know here. All right. I didn't separate these out. All right, Asian markets, Shanghai index open for trading after a week-long pause to celebrate the Golden Week holiday, raising 24 points. Hang Seng up 136, Nikkei up 370, and in Europe, the DAX was down a few points, while the FTSE was up a few points. Oil prices are higher, heading to its seventh weekly gain, with WTI crude nearing $80 a barrel. Remember when crude was negative $35 a barrel? Craziness. All right, yes. Well, non-farm data came in with an estimated positive 500,000 jobs added. Well, that was wrong. Yeah, so let me see if I can bring these two close to each other so that we can look and see what really happened. All right, so they estimated 500,000. Well, they were wrong. They came in at 194. Manufacturing, right? Manufacturing payrolls at 25, right? That was positive. They came in at 26. And the unemployment rate to 5.1 from 5.2. Where's that at? I don't want California unemployment rate. Here we go. U.S. unemployment rate. Forecast 4.8. So unemployment, like this is crazy. This is bullish as shit now that everybody's finally started to figure it out. Unemployment is down, right? Manufacturing is up, right? So that's strong, right? Non-farm payroll, though, just, I don't know, it fell through the roof. Like it bottomed out. So I've got a future screen over here. That's why I keep looking over this way. I'm just trying to get a gauge of what's happening in the market. Not liking how I got to do something here real quick. There we go. That's better. Okay. Maybe I can get a little. Anyway, I got a screwed up screen over there. I apologize. So after a week of overnight swings and market volatility, U.S. futures come into Friday's trading looking flat. Yeah, they are flat. With the S&P little change into a strong session from Thursday. U.S. futures steady as investors anticipate a key employment report that could offer clues on the Fed's timeline for reducing bond purchases. Well, shit. I mean, we're down 4.8%. That's decent. Like that was pre beer bug levels, right? So we're gonna keep an eye on that. All right. Though that was the news. We see our we see our non-farm payroll numbers. I need a drink. Let's start getting into some charts. Definitely want to look at FUTU. Right, the requests for Tesla just broke. Tesla's ripping. All right, so FUTU Twitter. I want to look at Tesla for sure. Lucid. I'll get to Fubo. Now's the time. If you have requests, get those into me, por favor, so that I can get them taken care of. All right. FUTU. Going into yesterday, we had bullish divergence, right? So this was going into yesterday. Price action was trading with the algorithm. So we gapped up, ran into resistance, filled this previous gap, ran into that $90. We couldn't break $89.99, right? So they may pin it at 90 today. Wow, there goes the market. Rally McRow. I should have got into a trade. But I didn't. So let's see. 44.20 is the key level on the 4-hour. On the 15-minute, 44.12.50 is important with support at 4,400. It's going to be a good day. Sorry, back to FUTU. All right. So we gapped up, pulled back, just closed right at regular block trade support at 87.05. I anticipate a higher move into FUTU in the next coming weeks. This one does like to move, and when it gets going, it's kind of hard for it to stop. So the algo is in a generalized upward trend, slight pullback. Keep an eye on this level here for breaking this trend line or continuation to the upside. Price action has done a good job, right, of... I'm not on live. Dude, don't even start with me today. Internet, it will not deter my day. Sorry. Das FUTU is... Come on. Come on. Oh, I did get my last one. All right. So FUTU is kind of holding up. Like I said, we had that regular block trade that came in at 87.05. That's our support level. 80 or just 90 is overhead resistance. So if FUTU can do its job and get above 90, I think it kind of opens up next week for a little bit of longer term movement to the upside. The algorithm, as long as the algo continues to maintain its uptrend. Said this is the level we got to get above. We have regular block trade support 87.05, right? 87.05, you get the point. So we'd like to see that move to 90. Above 90, I think we start to get pretty juicy. Breakdown below, right? This 87 level, I think, we got to come back down and test some of these previous, right? We got a little gap that needs to be filled to there. Oh, I should have done that in red. Let's see. Can I get rid of it? Nope. Dang it. Sorry. All right. Moving on to Twitter. Twitter had news that came out yesterday, I believe. Get rid of all this stuff. A little clean up the chart a little bit. All right. So the algo. The algo's just starting off making higher lows and higher highs. Right, it's got some overhead resistance it's got to get out of. So we might want to give it a little bit of time. We got a little bit of support there, and I'm going to call overhead resistance right in here. So if the algo continues to move upwards, we can anticipate Twitter with maintaining its upward trend. We do have a very interesting level. We've got 66.74 as a regular block trade target, 62.21 as a regular block trade support. Currently, we're resting at a white line area, right at 64 on the nose, regular and dart pull level, right at that specific area. Look for price action to either break above that and continue to the upside. If we do fail and take out our little minor trend line support that we've created here for ourselves, definitely think we can come back down and see this, like possibly even this gap fill down to here. So keep an eye on it. I do like the 66 level for Twitter. All right, Tesla to Tesla to Tesla. All right, little look at Tesla. The algo's formed a nice cup and handle. Right, we like to see that's very bullish for the algo. The algo, I like the algo when it makes bullish patterns that I can easily recognize. So let's see. Algo is making higher lows and higher highs. It's smacked into this dark pool level at 773.65. Right? If it can break through that level and continue up to the upside, I think we can see a continued rally for Tesla. Right? This is support for the algo. The algo go just curl back up and continue to rally. Tesla looks like it ran into a little overhead resistance right at the 806. Dang it. I got out. So I'm out of my SHIB. Messed up. I just whipped it on that one. Apologize. All right. We have regular and dark pool support levels. 796.35 for Tesla was resistance. Currently, Tesla's at 795.16. Right. 787 below that. That's our support. We have a regular or dark pool level. 773.65. The algo needs to get up and above that for a continuation move to the upside for Tesla. Okay, moving on to Lucid. Lucid's been consolidating with a bearish divergence for the last couple days. There's a massive amount of noise that's got to get through if it wants to continue its move to the upside. Excuse me. I do believe in this stock. I like this stock for the long term. However, I got to play. Just so sad. I got to play the chart in front of me. The algo is in a bearish consolidation pattern right now, right? Basically, if it can break itself out of that box, then I would continue getting back in. That would indicate a move to the upside, right? Kind of a little wedge there. This is kind of a bearish pennant, so we got to keep an eye on it. We have some overhead, some targets, and some resistance, or excuse me, some support. Currently, 2520 is the support. Below that, 2353. We take out 2353. I think we see a mover to the downside to previous lows. I have to fix that chart. It's going to drive me nuts. 2476 is the most current overhead resistance, right? Above that, and then I think we can move on up to the next level of consolidation, right? We do have a regular, we have a dark pool target at 2680 here, right? I want to illustrate that there's a lot of little resistance. We also have a dark pool support at 2441. So I'd like to see the algo curl up, break out of its little box here, right? Get the algo out of the box and continue on to the upside. Then I think we can start seeing some nice predictive moves to the upside. Contrarian, we break this trend line support and take out 2553. I think we sink to the, I think we start fading off a little bit more, okay? All right, so there was a request for Fubo, Baba. Right, I wanted to look at, ChargePoint. And that VXRT. Again, futures are just kind of flat. I didn't even look at futures. I should probably do that. All right, we'll do that after we look at these last couple stocks. Fubo, what do we got going on here? Nice cup and handle forming. The algo is... Yeah, the algo's got a little bit of room to do some things. It's making higher highs and higher lows, right? That's obviously bullish. All right, so what we got going on here? It is a cup and handle. I'm going to use this dark pull level as support and resistance. All right, it's kind of in a range there. It needs to continue on to the upside. It's trading with price action, so there's no real divergence to speak of. However, we have a dark pull at 24. I like those dark pulls at whole numbers, and then another dark pull at 23.85. So that's potential support. I'd have to fib that, but we may. It looks like there's a gap right there too. I'll have to check these ones out, but what I'd like to see with price action is, right, there's our support. There's our first target, right? We've got immediate resistance we got to get through right there. So we break through that, maybe back test it and move on up to previous high, right? And then we'd have to look at the chart to see continuation, right? So look for this breakout. For that breakout above previous lows, moving up to previous highs. Okay. Baba. The algo. Look at what the algo is doing, y'all. The algo is consolidating still, right? I drew this box here the other day. I'll just draw this box here again. All right, the algo needs to break out of that box, right? I feel like we have a lot of downside potential, right? If that algo comes over and clears this lower end right here, I think it can pull price action down with it. Considering our trend line support's way down here, right? We gapped out of that box. So there's that massive gap that's got to be filled at some point. So gap to fill, right? Currently, we may have made a little support there. However, that's kind of a nasty wedge to try to get out of. So lots of block trades in the last 12 days. I'm going to drop in the most important ones. 157.45 is resistance. 151.90 is support. Below that, well, we've got some dark pool levels and we've got some white levels. I'm going to draw those white levels first. 152.39, so 152.40. That's really our support there. Below that, 150 on the nose, another level of support. And in between, we've got lots of little dark pools that came in on the 7th. Like all these prints came in on the 7th, right? You have a print there at 154.85, double print at 153.70, right? So we've got some support on the way back down to fill that gap. I'll have to keep an eye on it and see what's going to happen. So that's Baba, charge point, Vaxart. I want to look at Lululemon real quick too, because I think Lulu's set up in a good position to make a move. Charge point, it's like, well, this stock is at a value area as far as I'm concerned. I wish I would have known about it yesterday or the day before. I think this is an extremely good price for this stock. It's getting a little expensive for me, so I'd like to see another pullback, to 1850-ish. The algo is, so it's making higher lows and higher highs, but sorry. Just totally moved my mic around. Didn't mean to. Sorry. All right, I don't see any dark pool levels. I see a lot of regular block trades coming through, so that's retail, basically, retail investors, in my opinion. I could be off on that one, so don't quote me on it. All right, so what do we got there? Like we gapped out of that wedge, double topped, pulled back. I don't know what's holding us up at this level, but we do have, right, the algo is trying to make higher lows and higher highs. Right, if we can get out of that channel, look for some decent moves. The algo just needs a little bit more time to set up, y'all. We have 1916 immediate overhead resistance. That is a regular block trade that came in back on the 4th. All right. Above that, 1985. And then hit the $20 level where there's a bunch of overhead resistance, right? So I believe the move is from either 1850 to 20 or rejection off of this overhead trend line. We come back down and test support at 1809. Below that, 1787. So we start taking out 1787, 1785. I think we have a longer move to the downside, and that we'll have to play this in the next couple of weeks. Okay. Vaxart. This is a cheap one, but this is a nice solid move here, right? They had some news coming out today. The algo is trading with price action, right? So this isn't really bullish divergence. It's the algo trading with price action in a rising wedge. Okay. There's our moves. We have a regular block trade support coming in at 689. Above that, this is, I got to figure out a new color for target levels. Want to use purple? I mean, I kind of want to use purple, right? There's the target level. So I'd like to see the algo bounce off of this target level, right? And continue to move with price action, pulling it up over this overhead resistance up to this previous low area right here, whatever that level is. Break up and above that, and then I think we can start seeing a slow, steady move to the upside. Contrarian, we break below that trend line support. We come back and test 689. We take out 689, and I think we can continue down to the downside. I don't have any specific levels on that, though. All right, Lululemon. So I don't know where this came up from, but it's making a very specific gappy pattern, right? One, it doesn't trade pre-market. So there's just a crap ton of orders sitting there at the bell. They get filled. And then we take profit and fade off, right? Slowly build up. Bunch of orders fill. Slowly fade off, right? So, I mean, 400, pretty significant level, right? So in this instance, since the algo is trading with price action, we got a little bit of bearish divergence. We just have to be careful. I've got it on my watch list for the next couple, coming up for the next little while. Try to get that, that gap play maybe, or maybe the gap fade, right? There's two ways that we could do it, but the algo is definitely bearish. We are maintaining this channel. It's a pretty sexy looking channel right here. So we can anticipate a gap up to 415-ish, right? Or at least taking out those previous highs. So that's a $10 gap up possibly, right? So we'll get it, that's what I was looking at Lululemon, right? I'll definitely take it take a look at Utes, the Utes. Oh, wow. Strong market. Wu-Tang pattern reversal on futures. And I will show you those. This is a chop fest. So I don't know what U is, but the algo is super choppy. And choppy algo is an angry algo. Price action is kind of maintaining its uptrending support. The algo failed to get above pretty much that level there. Yeah, this is interesting. Possibly algo supported that level. We bounce off of there. We can continue on to the upside. Break down below that. We have a gap to fill. So we take out our trend line. If we take out our upward trend line support, then I think we come and fill this gap down to here. We don't have any block trades to help us out. So very easy, very potentially target down to there since we just filled this gap over here, right? If the algo had broken above that level and was continuing to rise, I think that it would pull us up. So just keep an eye on it. I'm not super familiar with what it does, but I don't like the algo. Okay. All right. So I think that I wanted to look at futures real quick. This is JD. I was looking at maybe taking a trade on JD today. Apps is another one. right? Nice strong uptrending. However, we need to look at no, excuse me. I thought I had some futures. All right. Futures. All right, so MES is that. That's a continuous contract, and that's the December one. All right, so what I wanted to show you on this MES was, see how choppy that is? That's just nasty. If I take it down to the 2-minute, we got that. Look at that. What do we see here? What do you see here? I see a Wu Tang pattern. Wu Tang pattern reversal, son. There it is. So that's it for me. All right, I had got to run. I got to get set up for this other thing. Fridays is the only day that I'm a little that I cut it out a little early. I should be streaming. I thought I'd already signed it to chat. Hold on. What is going on here? Where's my chat? Oh, there it is. That's interesting. I guess my computer doesn't like the data that's being absorbed on the futures. Really didn't like it, did it? No, it didn't. All right, Freeport McNamara is another one I'm looking at. It's bounce off of this level here for continuation move to the upside. I got to check in on one thing. All right, I think that's it. All right, well, thanks for joining me once again. My name is Darkpool Algo. I am here every morning, Monday through Friday, 8:30 Eastern Standard Time. I usually stream till about 9:15, sometimes 9:20, but I've got another previous commitment. If you search for bullish bears on YouTube, you may see me live stream the open. Just saying. So if you guys go out to bullish bears on YouTube, you may see me live stream the open. That's what I'm working on today. YouTube does not have enough data to maintain. What the BS is that?